Coach. How's it going?
How you doing?
Great. This is not like a coaching headset.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, not quite the same feedback coming into your ear with this one. But how was that? How's the introductory press conference making the rounds now? How do you feel?
I feel great. It was cool to see how many people were there, and it kind of puts it into perspective, like, hey, we're rolling, it's time to go. So, I thought John had some great remarks and hear about the excitement, and you start to feel it throughout the city now, and I'm just excited to get things going here. We got a lot of work to do, but eventually we'll be out there and get to meet folks and everything, and I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Well, we're glad you're here. Stacy and I have been. You were our guy. We were hoping that.
All right, thanks.
Unfortunately, your season ended a little earlier than you would like it, but we're happy.
I'm blaming you guys. We lost. There's a lot of hoping that we were going to lose that game.
I'll take that responsibility. I'm very sorry. I'll issue an apology to Lamar and everyone.
But
Don't worry.
Not only did we, want you here, a lot of other organizations were looking at you, and it felt like you could have gone anywhere. What was it about Seattle that made you feel like this was home? This is where you want to start your head coach career?
Yeah, with respect to the process, I went through the process with those teams with an open mind, like I had mentioned earlier, and it was a little unique because I couldn't talk to Seattle until after we finished playing. So that was a little bit of a funky situation there. But like I said, it's just understanding the organization, and there's a lot of people that know how things work here that I worked with in Baltimore, and they just raved about how it operated, how John operated, the ownership group, and obviously just watching, being a part of the league and understanding Seattle's success in the past and the type of players that are here. I think the vision of who we want on our football team is pretty similar. And then just meeting everybody and understanding their vision, and you felt the alignment. And that was hard to ignore, and it felt like, okay, this is the right place to be.
You are not a former NFL player. I'm not either, so there's no judgment on my
fair
part.
enough.
However, I've been listening to a lot of feedback of particularly Ravens players, and they love you. I mean, these players, we've just heard from Kyle Hamilton,
Cool.
Nothing but great things to say. So you're still able to really resonate with guys despite not having necessarily that shared connection. What's your approach with players?
Well, I appreciate you saying it's cool to hear that, because that's why we do what we do. It's about trying to win and trying to give your guys success. And no matter what level you are, coaching football, I mean, it's about the guys. But I think my approach is to be myself, and I think I'm just passionate about trying to put the guys in position to succeed. And I think that manifests itself different ways and different sense of humors, and sometimes I'm a little monotone, so I got to watch that, but. I think they just realize the consistency and the approach, and we're in it for them, and I think they respect that.
Obviously, when you got the job, I go back. I'm on YouTube. I'm watching your games. I'm putting myself in your shoes. I'm listening to you speak, and you said something that stuck out to me. And as an offensive guy, I go, God dang it, man! On the offensive side, you're gonna give us trouble. You said you don't want to give the pass protection too much credit, meaning like you want to apply that pressure. And obviously you understand the game. If you make those guys communicate until the very last second, there's going to be some confusion. Where did you come up with that? Was that something you created yourself, that phrase, or something that was learned over the years?
Well, you're always trying to dictate terms as best as you can to the offense, and that's easier said than done because the offense is trying to do the same thing to you. So there's a little bit of a back and forth to that. And I think one of the principles of the organization as it's at in Baltimore is we want to be aggressive, and we want to be pushing the envelope. And so how do you do that while being smart with the resources that you're allocating? You want to have maximal return for minimal investment. I mean, it's easy to blitz zero every snap if you want, and you can apply pressure that way, but you can also do it mentally and by how you play. And the things you're presenting to the offense, because they got a lot of stuff going on over there too.
Right.
And, so obviously those guys are pros, and there's a lot of great coaches out there, but if you can apply pressure over games, that's hard to do consistently for 60 minutes.
What kinds of things do you think that you'll find yourself valuing as you build out your coaching staff?
Yeah, I really want you have to have high character and men and women with integrity. I want to see a track record of being able to connect with your players, and a growth mindset of, hey, this is why we did some things, this efficiency in how they teach, and things that make sense. So in our systems, that we're gonna be able to get to a lot of different things And in order to do that, you have to be incredibly clear. And so when I'm listening to how they do things, I want clarity on what they're asking from their players and how they've gone about their business.
When you watch defenses that you coach play, it seems that everyone's on the same page. They know what their responsibility is. And to me, that's a sign of a person who's a good teacher. Obviously, as coaches, you guys are teachers out there. Was there a teacher during your career that you said, you know what, if once I become a coordinator, I'm a head coach, this is the style that I want to teach, and this is the process I'm going to go through to make sure my guys understand their responsibilities?
Yeah, that's a great question. John Harbaugh, he preaches clarity, and it's team football in those environments, and you have to be able to play together, and there can't be independent contracting out there. I think the players understand it's our responsibility to teach them how it fits and why, and the players, they're smart, they know, so they'll see the benefit of that, and they'll understand that their role can be productive. And they can have success as well, but when it's disjointed and there's independent contracting, you got no chance. And the evidence is on the tape, so it's an easy sell.
Right.
You've kind of been, again, we've heard nothing but glowing reviews, but I know that not everything has been perfect because that's no one's path
right.
to get to where they are. Like, you didn't get here.
We haven't given up a touchdown yet. I know everybody loves us
exactly.
right now. But.
Yeah, right now you're undefeated, and that's phenomenal. But just over the course of your path to get here, has there been a moment where you thought, oh, man, that was a learning moment for me?
Yeah, we got off to a slow start last year in Baltimore. My first year coordinating since I came back, and it really tested the why and the how we were doing things. And instead of pointing the fingers at folks, we all took accountability of what our roles were, and we really challenged each other to, hey, let's figure out a solution together to this thing. And that's why you have confidence. Like, I got to ask the question, what's going to be the biggest challenge? I don't know the answer to that, but there's going to be challenges. But if you're with the people that you trust and you stick together and you're trying to find you're solution oriented, then, I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll find the solutions and we'll be able to move forward.
Lots of people are excited you're here, but everyone always wants more, right? Like, okay, you got a defensive guy. What about the offense?
Right.
And when I look at this offense, I see lots of weapons, right? Obviously, nothing's perfect. You got to fix some things. What is it about the personnel that you see on this offense right now that has you excited?
Well, we got some guys that can do a lot of different things, and there's a lot of. I think we have a diverse skill set from going against the offense. I think we just have to do a great job of, again, it's the same mentality that we have on defense. How do we get these guys doing what they do really well and put it in those spots, and then try and dictate terms of the offense? And how we're doing that, I don't know the answer to that, but like that's going to be the driving force of all the decisions that we make from here for as long as we're here.
I'll throw to Bump for the last question, but I'm going to squeeze in. We have fans that were so excited that you
I like
could
the
join.
Bump nickname. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is it Mike, Michael, or it's Bump?
Well, and we didn't want too many mics, going on
okay.
here, so we want to differentiate.
So you tell me what you want me to call you. That's fair.
Bump's good.
Okay.
So I wanted to squeeze in just some quick fan questions because they were so excited to have you here,
Sure.
and they're all just fun ones. The very first one is, do you go by Coach Mac? Like, what's the Coach Macdonald?
Mike does the trick.
Mike does the trick?
At Michigan, it was Coach Mac, and that took me a while. And let's not do that. Let's
You
just
nixed
keep
it. You were like, enough of
just
that.
call me by my name. That does the trick.
Everyone, it's Mike. And then next one, it's not a question, but they did want to tell you that Seattle, they promise it's fabulous in the summer and fall. You're not getting the best version of it weather-wise, but it's great. And then the last one was just about your defensive philosophy, just wanting to hear more about it because so many people are so intrigued by that.
Yeah, I think we want to play a certain way. In order to do that, you have to be incredibly clear, like I talked about, and the expectations have to be there, and you're just going to chisel away at it every day. And the way we build it is it's really just a series of concepts that you can master, and then you can layer it together. So you're always doing stuff that's in your sweet spot, but it's through the lens of who you're playing and how you're trying to attack that particular team.
Last one we got for you. Obviously, Pete was here for 14 years and built a great winning culture here. We heard John, when he was looking for his next head coach, he goes, we want to keep some of the stuff that Pete has done, but ultimately this is your organization, your program now. What do you want to bring culturally to the Seattle Seahawks?
Well, I mean, the culture, there is a great culture here, and so I don't think you fix what's not broken. So I'm interested to hear more from the players and the people in the building as we get moving. But our culture is built on respect, and we want to stay cutting edge. And like we're going to use a term around here called chasing edges. So there's going to be a sense of urgency what we're doing. We're going to work extremely hard. We're going to be relentless in the pursuit of it. One thing you learn about me is like I'm going to be relentless, and there's different ways that'll manifest itself. But it's going to be a positive environment. We want people to be excited to come to work, and we want to be a positive influence on the community as well. So I'm interested to learn more about what that looked like, and the stuff that we want to move with. We'll move forward with it, and we'll tweak some things along the way.
He is your new Seahawks head coach, Mike Macdonald. Just Mike works. All right. Thanks so much, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the time.